Hey, I'm Ava Seiler. I write historical fiction and play with dolls. And I'm going to be making some videos about my current project, well, one of my many current projects, which is creating a 1924 doll. Her name is Mira Sofia Zafirov. She is the sidest of side characters in my latest book, Believe in Me. And of course, she's a lot older there. She's 19. She's not a little kid anymore. But despite her not having a big role to play in the book, I just really quickly became obsessed with her. I hadn't thought to make a doll of her originally, but I had this Madame Alexander doll my mother-in-law found years and years ago at a thrift store. And she'd given my kids when they were little, and she's just been sitting around and the kids aren't doing anything with her anymore. Her hair was terrible, so I ended up just cutting it all off, and I thought, well, I'll re-wig her. And I was trying to decide, well, what kind of wig do I want? What kind of, and I thought, well, she could be one of my characters. And I thought, well, why not Mira? So I got her a wig, and she was cute, and I took her to San Francisco with me and everything, because of course I travel with my dolls like a totally normal person, but she just wasn't right. I just kept looking at her and thinking, she's just not Mira. So I started looking at other options, and one day I was looking at Rebecca, and I thought, that is Mira. So I got Be Forever Rebecca, and she became Mira, and so now she travels with me everywhere. One of the serendipitous things about choosing Mira as someone to make a doll for was the serendipitous fact that she was 9 in 1924, and this falls into the original Pleasant Company convention of the dolls all take place in years ending in 4. And as an autistic person, this sort of consistent pattern pleases me immensely. And the distress that I feel at the post-Julie dolls being in years that don't end in 4 really bugs me. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So anyway, a little bit about who Mira is, because of course we have to meet Mira. She was born in Ohio. Her father, Constantine, whom she calls Tato, teaches cello at Oberlin Conservatory, sorry. He's a conductor as well as a teacher and a Macedonian immigrant. His family came over when he was around 11. Mira's mother, Maria, is from Russia. She plays viola. And Mira and she has a little brother named Nicola, so they're both learning violin, so they've got a string quartet in their family. In the summer of 1924, they moved to Philadelphia, where Constantine's family lives, his parents and his 4 siblings and their spouses and many children. He's been offered a permanent conducting position, so that's why they moved to Philadelphia. So since it takes place in summer, I wanted something summery and fun for Mira's meet outfit, so let's go take a look at it. I found this pattern image and ran with it. This pattern image was originally a cover-up for a swimsuit, but I think it works well as a dress in its own right. I will pan out in a second and you can see the rest of the dress. I used pale pink cotton with black polka dots. I opted for a black collar and cuffs, and I omitted the sailboat applique since it's not a beach dress in Mira's universe. I have paired it with Kit's Christmas shoes, and those are probably Addie's stockings. I'm not 100% sure. She also has black bloomers that go with it. The dolls always come with an accessory set. This has always been like a hat or bonnet, a purse, a piece of money, except for Kirsten, who had a spoon, and a necklace, or in Samantha's case, a brooch. Some included hair handkerchiefs or hair accessory or sock garters. Since Mira is an Orthodox Christian. She's got a cross. This is her hat, which I found a vintage crochet magazine, and I sized it down. So here's Mira's purse. The pattern for this was based on one that came out of the same magazine as the hat. So let's take a look at what's inside. I've got a little handkerchief. This is a traditional Macedonian needlework design that I used 28 or 30 count Aida cloth, I can't remember now, on a very lightweight linen, and then I pulled out the guide fabric. So it is very, very tiny. The little crosses are very tiny. She also has her prayer rope, which is usually made out of wool tied into complex knots, but sometimes beads are used. And she's a doll and it's tiny, so beads it was for me. And a 1924 penny, which isn't going to show very well, but the original dolls came with actual coins, not doll-sized ones, so that's why I went ahead and just bought a 1924 penny to stick into her purse. So there you have all her accessories. And one final look at her. She is such a beautiful doll. I really, really love her. All right, I think that's it for this video. Bye.